It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 22.
Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jayden Daniels.
And even though he's just a rookie, Mike, I think it's safe to say Jayden Daniels, he is one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. And on top of that, he's not a one-dimensional player. Yes, he's going to make splash plays with his feet, and he's going to make some highlight reel plays. But he is a quarterback. He can make every throw. He's got great arm talent. If he can continue to find the balance between those two aspects, he's got a chance not to have just success today, but he has a chance to have success for a long time in this league.
And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. Here's 2nd and 6.
Bronco 80. Let's go now. Ready, ready?
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. A pass complete to Noah Brown. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On the give, it's Robinson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Go.
They'll go again with Robinson. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
Ready? 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Rig it. Ready?
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Okay, break.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Come on, set.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he...
And he's in. Harry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Austin Seibert now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Second down and 3. They'll go again with Williams. And he's going to take this past the 45. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, right back to Williams. To the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Denver. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, Noah Igbenogany. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
Get it! Viking 18! Ready, ready?
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
On the ready! Down!
Another run here for Robinson. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's 3rd and 2.
Ready, ready! Shot alert! Shot alert!
Here's Robinson. And he will have the Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
On first down, right back to Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Commander's first down. So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. All even on the scoreboard. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. First and 10.
Go.
First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Let's go now. Ready.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here we go. Sack.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He's got a man. It's McClurry. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Now Daniels. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
A couple of 3rd down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground.
That's a really good effort on 3rd down, just trying to make something happen. He did well to get what he got, but it's not enough for a first.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
Come on, set.
They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10.
Here we go. Sixty Bison. Ready.
Throwing is Daniels.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
On the jump.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Go.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
Set it. Ready.
Daniels now going to look to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Nick Bonito.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Javonte Williams heading out with the Broncos for their next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Two minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. They face 2nd down and 7. It's another run here for Williams. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Williams. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And he'll be taken down. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up second and goal. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Broncos. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Lutz for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Broncos will move out to a 14-7 lead. Closing seconds of this first half, and this kickoff is away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line.
Ready, set.
Daniels now on first down. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout.
Big Lion. 2.
On first down, Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He found the end zone twice.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Broncos offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. Room up the sideline at the 45. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
He will air this out. Looking for Sutton. To the goal line and in. Cortland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Broncos will take a 21-7 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10.
Ready?
Here's Daniels. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They have a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Ready.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
Gravity lying.
Throwing now, Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Cody Barton. And the Broncos are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Trap 60. Left wing 19 tight. Let go.
Nick snap on 1st and 10. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the give, it's Williams. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's go. 19 right. 65, go.
To throw is Nix. He'll let this go towards the end zone. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. Now, after that last play, the challenge flag is out, and we will get a review right here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and it will also cost them a timeout.
On the set.
Now a 3rd and 2.
Ready? 60 by 6. 60 by 6. Set. Panther.
He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he'll have the first down at the 26. So good job on the ground to keep this drive rolling.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll run it with Williams. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Now it's Williams. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw is Nix. That one caught Devon Vele.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. On 4th down, the veteran Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. No issues there. This one is good. And the Broncos have run out to a 24-7 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Commanders offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10.
Tag! Cougar 19! Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Let's go now. Go.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
No, no. Here we go. Set. Ready.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Football continues after this.
Ready up.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Huh.
On the give, it's Eckler. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
70 Timberwolves. Check out.
They run over center with Robinson. And he's going to be taken down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal.
Ready, right?
They'll throw with Daniels. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Ben Sinnott was the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Ready?
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniels. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. It's Daniels. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And now it's 4th and goal.
You could just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That is caught by the tight end, Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. the Broncos offense, and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. Second down and 8. Here's Nix to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He finds his man, Troutman. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Here we go. Back to 60.
On second down, it's Nix. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Get it. Go.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Oh, big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
I can tell you from firsthand, Mike, seeing it unfold, runs like this demoralize any defense. I mean, he's been doing it pretty much since the beginning of the game, and they have yet to find an answer for keeping him under wraps. He has run wild from that quarterback position.
Here's 1st and 10.
Go. Ready.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. They'll come up for 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
This is caught at the 2. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
Here we go. First, and he will drive his way into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll get about 5. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their 2nd, as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll go again with Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They bring the tight end in motion. On first down, right back to Williams. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Now the Commanders will use their third and final timeout. They stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Here's 2nd and 6. They send him right out of the slot. They run over center with Williams. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 22. It's the Washington Commanders and the Denver Broncos, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Southern Hemisphere and the historic city of Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing right away is Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
Ready.
They'll motion McLaurin left.
Go.
To throw is Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Come on. Hit. Ready.
Daniels looking to throw. Being chased out left. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 26, and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Now Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. but that's great work with the ball in the air, never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And it's 3-0 Washington. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And credit the tackle to Percy Butler.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Now they'll audible to something else. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Working out of the gun is Nix. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This is fielded at the 27. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They go play action. Daniels sliding out of the pocket. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
Ready.
Now their versatile running back. Here's Austin Eckler. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here we go. Check. Check. Panther. Go.
Robinson up the middle.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Let's go.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
To the air goes Daniels. Open man is Noah Brown. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
On the ready.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Forced out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Ready. Go, Reed. Go. Ready, ready.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders are able to add on to that lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
To throw is Nix.
He's got a man complete.
Now
is loose down the left sideline. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Come on. Hey.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6.
Go.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Pat to 60.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Panther Street. Panther Street.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Here we go. Cut.
They'll motion McLaurin left. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
On the jump. Let's go. 19 Tiger. Ready.
Robinson is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Robinson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Ready, set.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play.
Ready.
Back to throw. Daniels to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Ready.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Zach Ertz. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point.
It's good to make it 17-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it ends with a Zach Ertz touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now it's Nix. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. 7 Tigers, trap 60, trap 60. Left thing, 19.
Throwing Nix.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Dorrance Armstrong in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
19 tight. Here we go.
Here's Nix.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way...
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They start the 2nd half here with Williams.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To throw, here's Nix.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic first down.
Let's go. Cut 19. Cut 19. Riggs.
Nix to the air. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
He's into space past the 25.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Back to throw now on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here's Nix once more. Screen play set up for Williams.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Williams will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. On the sneak, it's Nix.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
The Commanders' defense looking for a stop here. It's 3rd and goal.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go with Williams. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. Williams can't punch it in on 4th and goal. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Check.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Over the middle, he finds Vele. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Nix from the shotgun. To the right side and intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Second and 10. Here's Daniels.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th.
Let's go now.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Unlock Lions. Unlock Lions. Hey.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Check pass. Check pass.
Now Daniels. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Three.
To throw is Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Let's go.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Noah Brown, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Handoff now to Robinson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Check, Gtowncapp.
To the air goes Daniels. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit and time fading. To throw from his end zone, Nix. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
In motion right goes Sutton. To throw from his end zone. Nix. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Slot man moves right. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. To throw is Nix. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. In motion right goes Sutton. Nix to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Now you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From his end zone, Marvin Mims. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And ultimately this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Back to throw. Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now an audible here into something else. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Now it's Nix. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 0-0s. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing Nix. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Here's Nix. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Dante Fowler able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So a victory here for the Commanders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.